How to take stock of emotional inventory. An emotional inventory is an understanding of each emotion that your brain is processing. Through tough times and events, we can often have trouble processing how we feel and even why. The goal of taking an emotional inventory is to perceive your feelings and thoughts in terms of simple emotions. In time, you should begin to consider taking your emotional inventory to be more of a habit than a one-time occurrence. As you feel emotions, you should begin to become more aware of how you're feeling so you can respond to it in a way that makes you feel happier. An emotional inventory is a concept designed to help you take control of your feelings and emotions rather than simply be subject to them. Steps. 1. Become aware of what is passing through your mind. This is called mindfulness. By finding mindfulness, you should be able to evaluate what you're thinking about in a non-judgmental way. No thought you have is good or bad, but it simply is. This mindset can cause you to see your thoughts aside from others' opinions on them. Your opinion on someone or something is your opinion, regardless of how they'd feel knowing you have it. Be conscious of the thoughts going through your head. When you feel a certain way, think about it and take a bit of time to evaluate what the thought is exactly. Don't let any thought pass by, but simply take time to comprehend it and move on. 2. Be alerted when you find yourself dwelling on any one area. As important as mindfulness is, you must be careful not to cope on one specific thing. It's important to move on and register other thoughts, as dwelling on a specific thought means you could invite negative emotions. Focusing on a specific thought often leads to criticizing it, which leads to criticizing yourself. 3. Consciously make a decision to still the noise when you find yourself getting upset or agitated. Let your brain have a rest, and move yourself to an isolated area until you can begin to process the emotions you felt. Understand the root of what got you upset without judging those who were involved, the situation involved, or your actions. You are not evaluating the situation to place blame, but rather to find out why you're upset and reverse it. Isolating yourself from these thoughts and resting your mind through doing other things or a form of meditation is a healthy way to calm yourself down so you can revisit the event later. 4. Determine the relative temperature of your thoughts. Think of your thoughts as a thermometer. If the thoughts are uplifting and help you feel hope or happiness in some way, leave them in your mind and focus on them. If they are cooler and do not help you, ignore them and try not to focus on them. If this is not an option, simply isolate the thought as a just is, and something that you cannot blame others or yourself for. Not everything needs or deserves a form of blame. 5. Ask yourself why I am repeating these negative thoughts. Isolate them further, and understand whether or not your negative thoughts are repeating. Figure out whether there is a way that these thoughts are being triggered, and end it. Negative thoughts only hurt you and upset your happiness. If the thought is a recurring thought about the future or something about your appearance or personality, find a way to be reminded of these things less and become more accepting of yourself and future. You are your own person with the power to change things, but you must first learn to love yourself. Simply loving yourself can destroy lots of negative thoughts. 6. Consider how much time your thoughts are based in memory or future events. Try to focus your thoughts towards what is currently happening within a limited time span. Looking towards your future often causes you to see the faults in your future, and the same thought process goes with your past. It is better to think about what is going to happen soon, as you can therefore focus on your current happiness and the things you can change at that exact moment. 7. Monitor the events leading up to your current mental activity. 8. Remember that thoughts come and go, do not place unnecessary importance on them. 9. Focus your attention on what matters to you. Tips. Express yourself openly. When finding yourself becoming overly nervous, hum. Some thoughts are completely irrational, dismiss them as such. Create. Love continuously. Refuse to be controlled by fearful, competitive, or jealous thoughts. Loving thoughts produce a sense of overall well-being. Read. Thoughts which produce worry are needless and unproductive. Laugh more. Allow room for new activity of the brain. Follow your passion. Smile often.